I love Neal Smiles. Dr. Neal is amazing. I came in for a gap that had grown within my teeth because I was missing some teeth in the bottom. And as you get older, your teeth start to change. And so it created a gap that I never thought that would ever be able to be fixed. I didn't realize how bad it was until I had a picture taken. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like touchdown, it's a goal because it's just really that big. So when I came into Neal Smiles and I was getting all of the x-rays and everything, and she was saying, well, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. And then she was like, braces and Invisalign. And I'm like, oh Lord Jesus, I am like over 50 years old. I cannot be wearing braces. So we tried the Invisaligns. I was skeptical at first because I'm just kind of like, okay, it's plastic. How is it going to happen? However, once they got them on, the only way that I can explain how they are is it's like your teeth are wearing a girdle that gets smaller and smaller as you lose weight. And slowly but surely, my gap started to close. And so I'll say like maybe sometime last month, I actually really looked at my teeth and I'm just like, oh my God, my gap is almost completely closed. I was so amazed and I started dancing around my bathroom, jumping up and down, and then that prompted me to post it on like my Facebook. And my family and friends that I have on there, they know how private I am, and they always think I have like no insecurities. And I actually talked about my experience here at Neal and speaking with Dr. Neal and having Invisaligns. And for the first time, I actually gave them a really big, wide smile. I was like, I could smile again because Dr. Neal gave me my smile back. And it was so emotional and it was so freeing. And, people responded, like, oh my God, we never even really noticed, because you don't really notice things, but you know yourself. And they're like, we had no idea that that was an insecurity of yours. And it's always been a problem since it first started happening. And so when I came in and I had my appointment with Dr. Neal, and I was like, oh my gosh, the Invisaligns are working. I was like, I have to admit, I was skeptical that I will always have, this gap, and she removed it. And it makes me really emotional because she gave me my confidence back when it comes to smiling. And it's really, that's really something that's great, because I modeled for like 10 years. So the way I look was always, a thing. Everything had to be perfect. And to have that one thing, which a lot of people think is very minuscule, just derail everything for me. She was able to give it back to me. And I could not be more grateful. And I think that if anyone has any issues with whether it's a gap in their teeth or missing teeth or crooked teeth or anything mouth related, definitely I would recommend Neal Smiles. They are like the best. And it's not even just Dr. Neal, it's our entire staff. You could tell that they really care about their patients. It's not about how much something's gonna cost. They will work with you. And they are very supportive while you're going along in your journey. And there's not too many dental places that you can say that about. I always call coming here as my spa day because normally when you go into a dental office, the first thing you're like, oh God, I'm going to the dentist, it's gonna be painful. It's gonna be this, and they're gonna just kind of gouge me with whatever, do things that I don't want done. They don't do that here at Neal Smiles. They don't. They tell you what the problem is, they tell you what they can do, and then they see how they can work with you to get it done. And so you can trust them. And I think that is the best thing ever, because you know that they're going to take care of you and they have your best interests at heart.